Hey, welcome back to this channel. Today the topic is AI. And I think I've been really while writing and dealing with this, I kind of debated if I really should talk about it. Not necessarily from any moral standpoint, but really just the fact of does anyone give a fuck in the end? Because as we know it, AI is AI. And as much as we can try to stop it, we can't do much. And to some people completely fine, to some people really bad. So it's kind of just a gray area that is kind of hard to really tell and convince somebody that it's good, or the opposite, that trying to show somebody that it's bad. It's a very mixed feeling type thing. So just want to premise what I'm saying is partially opinions. A lot of it does break down into facts, but in the end of the day, my opinion is not your opinion, and I'm not trying to convince, but just explain and show kind of just the idea of what I'm trying to portray. So, first thing that really is the big hitting point that I would like to kind of start off with is AI when it comes to arts, but it's specifically music, because AI has been more rapidly recently becoming more of an issue when thinking of AI music. You go to a study playlist, a lot of those are going to be AI, and a lot of things that isn't necessarily those raw vocals, but there is those examples, and those people do quite frankly get quite far, including Girly Girl Productions. Don't have much monthly listeners when it comes to Spotify, but very relevant when it comes to social media and just hearing it. Not as much now, but backtrack a couple months ago, quite a bit ago actually. But that, and one person that I've never personally heard about before, Xena Monet. I really wish I could tell you that I looked up how to say her name before this. I don't like at all. Oh, yeah, I really I don't. It's Xania. Zuna. English is bullshit. Don't come for me. The real person behind it is Tisha Jones. And if I said that wrong too, I do not give a fuck. But she has been, apparently, I had no clue about her, but when doing research, she was definitely a big thing to talk about, because she, at when time that I was researching this, she had a couple 3 million monthly listeners, and then now it's about at a million or lower, not sure.
Eddie Ritter, as of April 16th, 2026, she is currently sitting at a little bit above 800K, so it went down quite a bit.
Still insane. And her one song, her top song has roughly a little above 12 million streams, and she signed a $3 million record label with Hollywood Media. So very successful. And by she, it's half AI, half like actually artistry and human, because the vocals and the image persona, kind of all of that, is AI, but the lyrics are written by the person behind it. But do I count that as real contributing? Not fully. I think it makes the song. It is a very key component when it comes to a song. Most songs, and she has more R&B soul type of music to the most part that I've really been paying attention to. But I think for the most part, unless you're doing more electronic and that sort of, or jazz that is not vocals, there's it's not necessarily as much. When it comes to that type of music, very important, but so is using your vocal cords and making music. But and I think it really leads you to think, how easy is it for these people to be making music? And how is it that so many different people are creating AI music and just shoving it on Spotify just because they can? So I think I'm gonna show you kind of just like like using a easy way. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, whole process took around only 6 minutes to make a song. So already just wow that you could upload a song to Spotify in theoretically 6 minutes to make the song plus how long it takes to like upload on the app, which is just wild in my opinion. But don't question the prompt. Also, I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote this. Okay, it's loading and now it's complete. So obviously you saw that, and I think that really demonstrates kind of the idea. Obviously, these people are not probably using that same app. I found that from scrolling on TikTok while kind of doing research. I took a break and I was like scrolling on TikTok as we do, and I got an advertisement for an AI music app.
Don't stress, just do your best. Be proud of yourself for how far you've come, and never stop pushing to be the best you can be.
I'd like to just preface that like this wouldn't be a deal in my opinion if it were for the fact that they're doing well. Like obviously so many other people are doing way better, but also there's so many artists that are like there's so many artists that are like struggling to get their name out, and AI is currently sitting with more popularity, which is insane because in the end of the day, AI is not really creating shit. It is taking other people's work and sampling like micro little details of it to kind of glob it all together messily because it can't fully understand music to the same way that a human can, and generating something from that. It's not creating, as a lot of people think. There's a stigma against AI music because of a lot of the fact that it doesn't sound very good, and a part of that is just because it's not necessarily at right now currently smart enough to be able to generate that type of music, A, authentically, and B, well. And like I said for the AI, but what am I and like what I said for the AI music in the sense of how it's made, very similar for art. It's taking other art, it's generating into one. Kind of the main idea, kind of like focal point of it all. And when it comes to AI art, it's the same thing. And with both AI art, as in music, as in images, as in even videos, with in like with AI art, images, AI art is AI. When I say AI art, I mean like AI music, AI images, and AI videos in some senses. And I think in the end, one of the main reason people use this, and one of the big reasons that it is a thing, is because people will say that, oh, I don't have the resources, and oh, I'm not skilled enough to do this. And which, in the end, that's why it's like more of a skill, and it's not necessarily something that everyone can just do from the start, because that's what we get art from. We don't get art from perfection all the time. We get art from the mistakes and the creativity and the different type of experimenting in a lot of ways. Like, all the famous art that we have was not famous because it was the same thing as everyone could make. It was famous because of going out of the guidelines, going out of what everyone would expect and what everyone would think of when they think of art. It's experimenting and towing the lines of what is really good. It's not set in stone, zeros and ones algorithm. It is, in the end, art. So it's the same thing as for AI images, but a lot of times we have gotten good at dis- determining what is art made from artificial intelligence, artificial, and human people, any like natural art. So it's less of a thing when it comes to music, in my opinion, for art, just because it's not really as appreciated or valued, because there is definitely a stigma against it. So it's not as big of a thing. But the thing that I would like to say about AI art, and especially, well, not art, AI images. AI images have so many like fucked up shit, man. It can do a lot of different things when bypassing guidelines in mostly sexual nudity type things, in the sense of, if you input an image, you can, with bypassing guidelines, get undressed it or sexualizing it, and it's not really necessarily easy for people to do it, because that's a goal. AI and the people who make AI are not trying to let this happen, and this can be anywhere from like an adult to a literal child. When you can bypass guidelines, AI is not a human. They do not have emotions. It's command and output. It's in output. It's not going to ever be, without guidelines, tell you what it can or cannot do. And I think that's very similar to, no, cannot do. And even like when it comes to ChatGPT, when you say something to it, naturally, almost every single time will agree with you. You could say insane things like, "My name's Todd. I'm a 4-year-old dad, and my daughter, she just won't text me back just because I said that she's not allowed to be a lesbian and support Kamala Harris. And then I hit her with my white sedan Mustang convertible that says I am for Trump 2020-30. And I told her that, and she will not text me back." And ChatGPT will say, "That's horrible. Oh no, your daughter really should be texting you back just because you are trying to do the best for her." And she's seen that as maybe being a little strict and maybe evading her privacy, but you're just trying to do what's best for her, and you're just trying to steer her in what you believe is the right way, and you're doing a great thing. You're being an amazing father, Todd. Because that genuinely is what it does. In the end of the day, ChatGPT is trying to make you happy. It's trying to comply with what you say. In the end of the day, it is not for nor against you. It is to serve you with what you want, because it's artificial intelligence. It's not real. And when going back to what it does in bad ways, it's not necessarily at all emotions. I don't think anyone thinks that it has emotions. It's command, and I don't know technical terms. I But you get the point. And I could go into deep on what disgusting things it has, and I even wrote out more that I'm not going to go into, just because you can kind of use your brain, and you can use Google. It's not that hard. And you can kind of figure out more just without having to go into that, just because some people can be touchy subject. I know there's been people in my life that have had even like job loss because of this, so it's like I get not needing to go fully into it. But when we're talking about things that are affecting a lot in personal life and work life, it is fair to bring up the fact of AI and job loss right now is an issue in a sense. It's taking the less desirable jobs as of telemarketing and a lot of like automated things that are like now automated things in customer service. So, though I do understand that it's taking those jobs, but there's many like well backed up predictions of by like 2030 going to take so many jobs. Right now there's around 77,000 jobs in at least America that have been taken by AI, so definitely a thing. But it doesn't sound like much. But when we think of AI, think a couple years back, AI was shit. AI was Will Smith eating spaghetti. It has got so much better. It's been growing exponentially in the sense that go back 1 year, not as good at all to what we have now. Go back like 5 years, insanely worse than what we have now. Like it's undeniably been growing very, very fast. And as you would expect, the growing of AI, the growing of every issue, the growth of AI, there's the growth of all the good and the bad things. In the sense that there's predictions that the amount of jobs that are going to be lost in 2030 is insane amount. And the effects on the environment is going to be way, way, way worse than what we already have now, which is pretty bad. But at the same time, yeah, there will be a lot of health, especially when it comes to healthcare and drug research benefits, including like cancer detection right now, has been a really AI has helped a lot with cancer detection because it can detect cancer way better than any trained person on that. But it can also be really, really beneficial when it comes to drug research and drug progression when it comes to so many things. And it has been very, very useful. I think, is AI good or bad? Bottom line, in my opinion, it's it's on the bad side when adding all the pros and cons. But I understand any person who would say AI, get rid of AI, ban AI completely. To somebody who says I support AI a whole ton, I get all sides just because there's so many fair arguments, and we as a society do like to divide ourselves. So I'm not trying to convince and divide anyone of their opinions. If you have any like differing opinions to what I've been stating, totally go ahead and tell me. I'm not at all like here to deny anyone's idea when it comes to AI. In the end, AI can be good, it can be bad, it can be disgusting, disturbing, and it can be an amazing and beneficial. It is not one thing, and I do think that like that's very bottom line. It is so many things that you can't just compress into one. So, if you watch all the way to the end, thank you so much. So, if you're still here, thank you. Thank you for watching. Yeah. You can, if thank you for watching to the end so much. Please like, please subscribe, please comment, any of the things so much. I truly appreciate it, no matter what it is. So, on bottom line, do what you want, and yeah. Thank you so much. If you're still here, why the fuck are you still here? Leave. Bye.